Jackson, live from Media Campus West, Reec Radio, a.k.a. The Reec Show, and Reec Talkcast. We got a lot of things going on today, man. You know what it is. We got another special guest in the building. It's been Star Power Week. We got another multifaceted creature, like we like to call him. Actor, comedian, social media phenom, all around good guy. Plus, we got the same agent and barber. Rob Minger's in the building.
What up?
Man, you just keep adding to the list of the folks I know from Alabama that's dope. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
you,
sir.
Tobias Tate, Funny Man, Ricky Smiley. It's just, the list just keeps going
Oh,
on.
man.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You're
yeah.
a good company, bro.
Hey, man, we country down there, so you got to get creative. So your
Very
imagination gets real big down there, man. You know, you was playing with sticks and stones outside and fishing. And then if that creative gene kick in, it just pops up out of nowhere. So you know where you at by the time you get to high school. You know you stand.
There we go, man. Like, a lot of people say they doing comedy, but you really doing it because you touring, you in different cities.
Yes,
you
sir.
on cruise ships. You on the big screen. You
Yep.
on the small screen. You on the smallest screen. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying, with the content creation.
Absolutely.
But you really hitting these stages and all of that stuff. But before we get to all of that, let's go back.
Okay.
When did you realize you was funny as hell? Because I didn't had lunch with you before, and I was like, oh, he going there. Lunch table in middle school was probably wild.
Yeah. It was probably middle school. I didn't know I was a comedian, but I was a short kid. I had a late growth spurt. I didn't get tall till my senior year.
That's crazy,
I was
brother.
one of those kids. So I was that kid that was walking around like 5'4", 5'5". So with a big ass head too. So the roasting started pretty early. As soon as I came to the bus stop, they started. So I had to start retaliating. I mean, it was the bus stop. It was at school. It was my cousins.
Yeah.
So then I started roasting back, and then I started realizing my roast was a little better.
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap, I got him.
Your reactions.
Oh
was-
man,
was-
my improv was so fast, and I was like, I had to be like that because they used to gang up on me.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother was funny too, man. So I was like, dang, she's so. And my grandma used to roast my ass too. So that's that. She was the demon. She was the first brick wall I had to go through, man. So I probably realized about 7th grade, 8th grade. I was like, okay, yeah, this just how I am. This is my personality.
That's it. That's how it happens too, man. My uncles used to kill me,
boy.
bro. So that's when I had to get tough fast.
Yeah, you never safe.
Nah,
Yeah, I mean, it
at
can go
all.
down anywhere. It can go down to at Thanksgiving, Christmas, anywhere, in public.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to get there quick, man. My grandma used to tie my ass up, man.
Man, that's what I know. And I see that you have very great improv skills, and it's natural. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it ain't like you trying. You could tell when somebody trying to be funny when they not.
Yeah, they trying to try their joke on you.
Right.
They trying to try a joke they finna do on their set. Nah, I'm just a in the moment person. You know, one day I might be on, one day I might be chill, which is confusing to some people.
Very much. I get it.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm real quiet, and they be like, "Man, you acting funny today." I'm like, "That's how I feel
Just
today."
how I am.
Yeah,
Today
sometimes
I'm an introvert.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
today-
I might be talking to you.
I'm a little bit of both, introvert, extrovert. So one day I might be chilling, one day I might be on, but I don't feel like I have to choose one. It's just whatever I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, man. That's kind of like how Michael Jackson is in a way. Like how he get on stage, he just is got this huge
Yes.
personality, but when not, he like, Tito, give me a
Yep.
tissue.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Real-
It's
real quiet and reserved.
Yeah, so
That was a big dramatic
You didn't know where I was
comparison right there. I didn't know where he was going with that. I
Michael
said, hold on.
Jackson, like, wait a
I said,
minute,
hold on.
no
Now finish
allegations.
the
Like,
sentence
yeah.
quickly. I ain't know. I didn't know where
told
you
y'all.
going before you keep going now.
Let's talk about professionally when you get into it. Where did you start? Was it starting with on stage? Did you start with the radios? Because I know you done radio as well.
Yeah.
Or did people? How did this become
So
a profession?
the first piece of entertainment I did, I was in the band.
Okay.
Yeah. So I played. My grandfather played trumpet, so he taught me how to play trumpet. So I went through middle school and high school playing trumpet and baritone, which are the same fingerings for anybody that
you
cares.
played in college.
Yeah. So I went to HBCU. I went to Stillman College. March drum major there as well. And then I did my first play at Stillman.
Okay.
And then that's where I got the bug. The theater director there, a guy named Jonathan Awori, who was my theater teacher there. I was just taking a class as an elective.
Yeah.
And when he watched me in the scenes, he was like, "Yo, bro, like you can do something with this. You should keep moving." Because I'm a music major, so I'm just like, I gotta get a degree. I'm one of the first of, I think me and two of my cousins were like the first of our generation in our family to go to college. So,
yeah, I get it.
But they had like the
Same with
easy.
us, yeah.
I ain't saying their stuff was easy. They had the straight shot stuff.
Yeah.
One of my cousins wanted to be a physical therapist. I'm not telling people those majors are easy, but you graduate, that's
know
where you
where
go
you're
work.
going. Yeah.
My other cousin, she wanted to be a nurse. You graduate,
you going to
that's
the
where you
hospital.
that's where you going. Me, I was like, I'm a music major, but I know I'm gonna do something in entertainment, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of
You can go
detours.
40 different ways.
You can go 1,000 different
Right.
ways, and
Right.
and comedy definitely wasn't on my brain. But once he seen me in that play, he recommended me to go to this school after I graduated called AMDA, which is the American Music and Dramatic Academy, which hindsight, that's where my wife graduated from, which is hilarious. We didn't know each other back then.
Didn't even know each other.
Didn't even know each other. So we almost ended up going to the same college. And I couldn't afford to go. It was too expensive. So then when I couldn't go, my cousin lives here in McDonough. She's still here. Shout out to her. She was like, entertainment's about to pick up in Atlanta. Tyler Perry's here. All these different radio personalities are here. That's back when Atlanta was Atlanta.
Right.
Like when Peachtree Street was
popping.
Visions, Compound, Luda Weekend, Diddy Weekend, NBA Weekend. Like it was just, downtown was lit. So she told me I could come up here and move with her until I figured it out. She didn't tell me until I got here that was 30 days.
Come with me till you figure it out. You got 30 days.
Yeah. She waited till I got nice and calm on like that fourth day. She's like, you got to be gone by the end of the month. I just wanted to give you like a month to figure it out. And but that motivated me. It burnt a fire under me. Like you can't waste a second. I couldn't come here to party and chill. I had to like be networking and mingling. And this is before social media. So when you network back then, you had to get your ass in the car and drive somewhere and go see what was going on. So that's where it started. And then I got here. I booked some plays when I finally moved here for good. And then that led to me doing a lot of different things. I did, like I said, I did satellite radio. I worked for the Home Shopping Network.
Hold on. How was that, bro? Was you like, this is
no, not so. The Home Shopping Network has a sister company that's called US Jesco and Twin Towers Trading, and where they choose like people that are good voice actors to do live product demonstrations.
Gotcha.
So I would travel all over the state of Georgia and sometimes Alabama, and do product demonstrations. So I'd be in the store selling the products that were on TV.
That's crazy.
Live and in person. So I had to get on the intercom at the store and tell everybody that I had a big stage set up in the store, and they would come and buy products from me. And man, to this day, that's probably one of the most lucrative jobs I've ever had.
Because of your personality. That's why. So, crazy story, right? I did music at one time, and that's the only way I was selling records like that was I was in the stores in person. Talking to people and they was buying. And I literally, if you look on that back wall, I got a billboard over there where I outsold Chris Brown and Beyonce on the same week when they dropped singles. Only because, not because I had a label, the song was fire, because I was in front of people.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, fair.
So I can feel, because your personality is such, and it's what they not going to deny you.
Bro, and this 2008, this is back before everybody thought they was famous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this new generation of people like under 35, they don't know what it was like when people were just everyday people.
Get outside and meet people.
You had to go outside and meet people. You had to go out and mingle and meet people face to face. And people were friendlier too.
Yeah, they were.
And so I did that job 07, 08, and that was like, man, I met hundreds of people like that and made a lot of commission doing that job too. And then that job went away, and I went corporate for about 3 years. I worked at a college as an admissions advisor. So then I was kind of just like doing, entertainment when I had a chance, here, and how it was. And I don't know. Once that job ended, I was like, all right, man, you got to go get it. So just figure it out. So then I got an agent, hit the ground running, booked a couple of TV shows, booked a couple of movies. And then I booked this big play where I had a comedic role, and I had never done comedy. And then from that play, people started trying to call me to do like comedy. And I'm like, I'm not a comedian. They're like, well, I'll pay you. I'm like, okay, I'll be there. I'll figure it out.
I'm a comedian now.
And that's how I started.
I'm not a comedian. I'll pay you. I'm a comedian.
Yeah, that's it. I'll figure it out, man. Because people I knew was doing comedy. I knew Steve Brown went to Stillman. Funny Man graduated from Stillman. Funny Man is one of my good friends. Like me and him are fraternity brothers.
Man.
We hung out together. We pledged like back to back. I pledged 03. He pledged 05. So he was opening for Steve Brown back then, and I would always go and watch them. And I was telling him how people were trying to book me, so he would kind of give me advice. And then I jumped in myself.
He is he's a good guy. I met him during a toy giveaway out in Birmingham when he was at 95 Jams.
Correct.
And then, I saw him do stand up. I was like, bro, this dude is one of the funniest people I ever seen in my life.
Just natural. And that was him in college. Wow. That's how he was in college, just like that. And I remember watching him like with him and Steve when I had no aspirations to be a comedian. And I'm like, man, these dudes are hilarious. Like, how do they get up there every night and just doing these shows? Because all I wanted to do was theater. That's all I wanted to do when I first got here. But when I watched him, I was like, man. So I had some people to learn from once I got in.
That's what's up, man. So you get this play, you play a comedic role, and you naturally roll into comedy. Now, when do you start? You start catching that bug for real because people are telling you, I'll pay
Correct.
you. Right. So you start hitting these stages, man. What's that like being on stage as the comedian Rob Minger?
It was a new world, but it felt just like theater, but it was like I kind of transitioned mentally, like doing a one-man show versus being a comedian. I don't think I looked at it like most comedians do. Like, I'm going to be this great comedian. I was like, I had to find out how to make my one-man show hilarious. And then that's how I went into it. So when I came into it, it just kind of worked out. Like God kind of ordered my steps. I know that sounds so cliche,
it's real, though.
But realistically, like I get booked because I'm doing a play that's funny. When the play I did before that, I played an abusive husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything. I'm not trying to be. So then I transitioned to another play where I'm like the funny friend of a retired football player, and I traveled with that play for 3 years, and then I started getting booked for comedy gigs, and I was like, let me go try an open mic. So I got find an open mic. I didn't want to be in the city because I knew a lot of people on the comedy scene, so I wanted to try it somewhere where they weren't.
Yeah.
I go to this place and it's packed.
You trying to be low key?
I'm trying to be low key, and I go to this place and it's packed, and I find out that it's a competition.
Oh wow!
So I win the competition, and the winner of the competition got to host their own room for 3 months.
Okay.
So now here I am. I'm 2 weeks into comedy, and now I have my own room, and I have to book my own acts, and I don't have any respect from any comedians. I'm like, so I'm booking like poets and people that play the flute and musicians and step people that step, like, because comedians know they don't mess with you if they don't know you.
Comedians are mean.
They're hateful. They're very hateful. Yes,
mean people.
They are. Man, the funny thing behind comedy, most comedians aren't funny, bro. Like
outside
in spirit, in spirit, they're not funny people.
Yeah.
It's just really dark, man. Like there's a lot of darkness behind comedy. So what I did with that, I spent the first 2 years of my career, man, I was booking my ass off, and I wasn't around any comedians. I got, April Love, the PR person?
PR, yes.
So April Love seen me in that play.
Wow.
And she took me under her wing for the first 2 years.
She had some huge names.
Bro, she took me under her wing for like a year, and she had me going to get places. Man, this place paid $500. That paid $1,000. This paid $500. This paid $400. Like, I mean, this is my first year of my career.
Right.
And it wasn't like comedy rooms. It was like, hey, we're doing a movie premiere. Hey, this reality show is coming out. Hey, host this, host that, host the red carpet.
But
and
use your comedy as a
correct.
part of it, right?
And she was just like putting me in position, man. She just believed in me like from the beginning. And it's funny, I've known her almost 16 years now, but she was there when I was first starting, man. Like just giving me game and putting me in front of people. And then I rode that wave as long as I could, and then I realized, I'm like, you can't keep running like this and you don't know any other comedians. So then I started like going to open mics, and I did comedy in reverse. So then I had to learn a different way, like going to the open mics and trying out jokes in places where I wasn't booked to host, and it was crazy, man. It was a transition, but it worked out.
That's what's up. Do you enjoy hosting more or being on stage more, or is it kind of the same for you?
They're the same to me. I think I tell people hosting, it sounds so crazy. Hosting is easier and harder at the same time.
Yes, it is.
And what I say about that, hosting is hard because you're responsible for the energy of the room. So that part is hard.
Yes.
But the easy part is it's not necessarily your job to destroy. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's easy. So like you don't have to flame the crowd as the host. You just say, I keep that energy flowing. So you got to get up there and like tell them
the oxygen in
the
room, so you can come in with the flame.
I tell people, I put it in basketball terms. As the host, you're the point guard.
Yeah.
But you're throwing the alley hoop to LeBron.
Yeah.
You need LeBron to come and dunk after you throw it up off the backboard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's the easiest and the hardest.
Yeah, I love that take on it, man. Right now on the radio side, we got Rob Minger. On the streaming side, you can see who's in here. Tell me about social media, man. I think I was introduced to you through social media on two different ways at the same time almost. One, I saw you on a popular podcast, and I saw your take on things, and I was like, he's definitely got to be funny. And then you open up with your tagline, you be like,
yes,
hilarious.
Like, yes.
So, and then also I saw you with the hat trick. You was doing
man,
this.
Man, bro, that's God right there. Let me tell you why, bro. When I tell you, I went to, I was at the Stardome last night for Ricky Smiley's karaoke.
Dope, I love that
spot. So yeah, we had just came from Memphis, and I stopped in Birmingham before I came to Atlanta last night. And 3 people walked up to me like, yo, man, why'd you stop doing the hat thing? And I was like, you know what? I said, my wife been fussing at me about it because I got bored with you. And you know, as content creator, you'll bore yourself.
But everybody else
still loves it.
Yes.
So you can't really stop because you're bored. And I think that was a mistake I made because I think I caught so much momentum doing that. And I just cut it out. But yeah, man, I probably did like 50 to 60 of those. And then one day I was just like, man, I'm tired of doing this, man. It's because I felt like there was no surprise element. But then that's just me challenging myself. I don't want to be one of those comedians that does something repetitive.
Yeah.
But that's the world we're in now. People like repetitive stuff. They want to see you do the same thing over and over, but just a little different but not too much.
Yeah.
And so it's a mistake I made, man. I tell you why. I started the hat the same time the girl with the yellow dress started.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about, I was doing the hat, me and her in the movie together. She was starting yellow dress, I was doing the hat. I stopped doing the hat, and now she's everywhere with that goddamn yellow dress on. Right. And I'm like, she got yellow dress. She don't realize she taught me a very valuable lesson. Like, she didn't stop. She didn't get bored with herself. She just kept doing it, and now she's everywhere. And she's a friend of mine, Chantel. She's great. Dope. But it's like, I watched that transition as we were doing the hat and the yellow dress started at the same time. Yeah. I just stopped because I got bored. I'm like, she's probably gonna get bored of the yellow dress. She never did. She did one yesterday.
Yeah. She might be bored, but the audience will never know.
The audience love it. And she's getting booked everywhere for it. So I'm like, I learned a valuable lesson. So like the fact that you said that, I'm gonna bring it back.
Let's do it. Y'all heard him say it. It's my fault.
The hat is coming back, man. Yeah, bringing the hat back.
You're welcome.
And then the podcast, that was with Katie Bow and my homegirl Tiny. Yeah. I guess the world knows her as Indescribable.
Right.
But Tiny, she put me in my very first viral video.
Okay. Was that the customer service video?
Yes.
I remember that.
That's the very first viral video I was a part of because I didn't do content like that online.
Yeah.
And we were doing videos together. It turned out we did that video through my boy Al G, who's a popular director here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And we did that video. It goes viral. And then we found out that me and her were neighbors. We stayed, like, our neighborhoods was literally across the street from each other.
Okay.
And then we just, like, for 5 or 6 months, we was like, every Wednesday, we're going to get together. We're going to shoot content.
Yeah.
And all of our videos were popping. And then I booked Disney Cruise Lines and I left.
Yeah.
And then while I was on the ship
because when Mickey Mouse calls, you got to go.
You got to go, man.
You got to go.
You got to go.
Right.
When the mouse calls, you got to roll. But while I was gone, Tiny got famous.
Yeah, she popped out. Is that true?
I'm like,
damn. With the girl with the yellow dress. The yellow dress got famous. You know what? It's Rod's turn.
I'm like, you know what, man? And it's funny, man. You watch stuff like that, man. It's not even what I love her and I love what she's doing. And it's just like, you have to be comfortable when you're an entertainer with everybody's time is not the same exact time.
Yeah, bro, it's real.
And I think that's where the darkness behind comedy comes. They get so jealous or they get so upset.
Right.
I like to see people winning, man. I love to see people up there killing, man. I'm on tour with Funny Man right now. Yeah. And I watched him host karaoke Rick Smiley last night. And I was just like, man, that's my dog right there. And
see, you don't have a hater spirit.
Nah,
that's
man,
how you
me.
win, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, I've been in the same position a lot of times where it's just like I'm throwing these lobs, alley-oops, so we doing something, somebody pop off, cool, like, I believe you're in the same area as one of my great friends, Tobias Tate.
That's my dog. Yeah, he's on my last show.
That's what I'm saying. We were roommates in college and played on the same hoop team.
Right.
And at that time, he was signing Universal.
Dang.
You know what I mean? That was crazy.
That is insane.
That is insane.
Man, yeah, me and Tobias played baseball together.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. They grew up to play basketball and be a rapper and all that.
Right.
And I didn't realize that we both was here. Like, I didn't realize we both was here like that. I thought he was, I don't know why I thought he was in Miami, man. I don't know why I thought that.
He's always in Miami. If you go to his Instagram page, he's either in Houston or Miami, but he's here.
I always figured he was in Miami. And then, how did I run into him? This guy named, Jonathan Wells from Montgomery?
Yeah.
The producer. Yeah. So we both I went over to his house, to his recording studio to record a skit.
Yeah.
And Tobias was there shooting some fire.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then I was like, yo, bro, Montgomery in the building. We got to get together. And then I was in one of his videos. I did one of Tobias' videos. I played a security guard in one of his videos with some funny lines, man. So, but that was also right before I went to Disney.
Yeah.
I go to Disney.
The mouse calls.
The mouse calls. You got to go.
You got to go. How was that, man, getting on the Disney cruise? How did you get booked on that? And how was it being on that cruise?
Man, this question, I love this question because I have the most asshole answer ever. I have no idea.
Wait a minute.
I swear to God, bro. Like, people think I'm capping. I have no idea how Disney got my number, my resume, my information. I will never forget the day.
They were supposed to have it then.
It was all God, bro. It had nothing to do with me. It was nothing I applied for. It's not, the position I had, an adult MC, which they call club host.
Yeah.
I had never even heard of it. Yeah. I didn't even know I could go to the ship and be like an adult MC. I didn't know they had an adult section.
Right.
So I'm sitting, bro. The girl I was dating at the time, I'm sitting at my apartment. And I'm trying to move. Yeah. Me and her are contemplating moving together, which is crazy. And as I'm sitting there, I get a pop-up email that says, Megan Deem at wdw.com.
Right.
Which WDW is Walt Disney World, but you don't know that when you see it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
spam.
like, right, this is spam. What is that?
Right.
And it says, hey, how would you like to be a club host for Disney Cruise Lines?
Definitely looks like spam.
Bro, I wish that email evaporated. It got, black spammed or whatever. Yeah. But if I could find it, I wish I could screenshot and post it on the gram. My response to her was like, what is that? What is that? What is that? You know what I mean? And she was like, do you have Skype? Which that dates how this is 2017. Right. I'm like, yeah, I have Skype. She's like, okay, I'm about to hit you right now. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Here comes some spam. Somebody trying to get
Nigerian prince.
Right, I knew it was some Nigerian prince wants me to send some money because his toe about to fall off. And she Skyped me, and there's the big Disney logo behind her. Yeah. She's like, hey, Rob, what's going on? How are you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. How are you? She's like, yeah, man, thank you for taking some time with me today. She was like, so tell us, so what made you reach out to us to work with us? I didn't. I said, Megan, with all due respect, I have no idea how you found me. I said, I didn't apply for this job. She's like, you didn't apply? She's like, I got your resume right here. I got your headshot.
Wow. Your guardian angel did that.
I said, Megan, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what a club host is. And she's like, let me put you on hold, which I really could have gave the job away, really, because I was so dumbfounded. It was such a weird moment, man. And then she came back. She's like, okay, well, let's just do an interview anyway. She's like, so I see here you're a comedian. You know Disney's all clean, and we can't talk about, these are things we can't talk about. What do you think about that? I'm like, that's fine. I've done church comedy, so it's the same thing. And she's like, okay. She's like, well, tell me about some of your experiences. I told her the things I had done. I did SEC Nation. I did the Paul Feinbaum show. I had done theater. I did a couple TV shows. You know, I kind of ran through my resume, what I could think of. This conversation was about 5 minutes, bro.
Right.
And she was like, hey, can I have my boss call you Friday? She called me on a Wednesday. I'm like, yeah. Her boss called me Friday, which is the head cruise director, Christian Abbott. He calls me. He has a Tennessee Volunteers flag behind him. And I remember he picked up on the Skype. I said, oh, you're an SEC guy. And he's like, what do you know about the SEC? I was like, I'm a Roll Tide guy. And we started laughing.
Right.
And then he was like, we talked about football for 5 minutes, bro. And he's like, I'm sorry, I should be interviewing you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then we started, he asked me like 10 questions. He said, hey, man, can I fly you to Orlando next week? I'm like, yeah.
Now you're getting flew out.
Bro, I get flew out first class Delta, put me in a nice hotel at Disney Springs, and they hired me on the spot.
Wow, man. That's what's up. That's
Never
a
applied.
hype button moment. Hit the hype button moment. That's crazy. Didn't even apply.
Never applied. Didn't know anything about it. But, I mean, it's so great, man. I got to travel to countries I never thought I'd see. I got to send my mom on a couple of vacations. I met my wife there. You know.
Hold on, wait. Let's run that back. You go to college same time as your wife at the same college. You don't meet her then.
No, I didn't go to college with her. She went to the college. I didn't go.
Okay.
I couldn't afford it.
The college you're supposed to go to.
College was supposed to go to. Yep.
Fast forward, you get booked on a Disney cruise that you had no idea, nothing about. To host, club host. Right. You meet her on the cruise.
Oh, it's worse than that. It's worse than that, bro.
Ow.
So, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, the home of Alabama State University.
Yeah.
Before my wife goes to AMDA, her freshman year was 03. My freshman year was 01.
Okay.
I go to Stillman, which is Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is 80 miles north of Montgomery.
Right.
She goes to Alabama State. So she goes to college in my hometown.
She's following you,
bro.
She's stalking you.
Goes to college in my hometown, and we've pinpointed 10 times we've been in the same place.
That's crazy.
Never seen each other, never ran across each other's path.
Meant to be.
And know so many other same people that it's insane. Like we had to be like, who you dated?
Right.
Had
to make sure. Are we cousins?
How serious was that? How serious was that? You know. And then she goes off to AMDA, and then I didn't go. And then, like I said, years later we meet on Disney Cruise Lines, which is crazy.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to that. Shout out to ASU. One of my daughters going to ASU next year.
You got a college student?
I have 2. Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. I started early. Very
irresponsible. You was raw dogging in high school,
cool, though. Yeah,
okay, yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Good now. You know what I'm saying?
I know the first 10 years she was like, bruh. Right.
I'm also class of 01. I wasn't that fast. I was getting busy. I hooped in college. You know how it go. So,
hey, man. Hey, I was a virgin until I met my wife. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, each his own. He said I wasn't.
Yeah. Save myself for married, everybody. Yes. Go ahead.
Man, so I'm use your line. Hilarious. So, so now you off the cruise ship. Not just off, but I'm just saying now you doing these different things, and I'm seeing these IMDb credits stacking up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You back into the drama part of things.
Yeah, man. So the ship, it was great. It was a great experience. I thank God for it. I'm very grateful. I have a lot of gratitude towards it. But like I said, man, it was very comfortable. Which is weird, man. It sounds like I said. All my stuff about Disney seems so assholeish, but it's spiritual.
Yeah,
it got really easy.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, I could really do this for the next 10 years and just live an easy life.
Yeah,
but like your dreams aren't supposed to be easy.
Yeah,
so I knew spiritually, like this is like to the point, man. Like I had a show every night. If you're on Disney for 6 months, 7 nights a week, you have a show. That's how it was when I was there. And all the people that came to the ship loved me. Like I was great with the guests. I was great with people that came in. I was great with the higher ups. But one day, man, I just sat in my room. I'm like, man, it's just too easy. And I got to push myself to do something more difficult because I'm watching my people. I'm watching Tiny blowing up, my boy Funny Man blowing up, my comedian Lonnie blowing up, Tyler Chronicle, Shula King. These are people that were just like, we were right here before I left, and I just watched them go boom. You know what I mean? And it was great for them. But I'm like, man, am I just meant to be on this ship, or am I meant to do more? And then I battled with it. I was talking to my wife on the ship about it. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about going home. I was like, I got an agent down there. I'm missing auditions. And then what really got me, bro, I came home on one of my vacations. I would have a 7-week vacation between each contract. And I came home, auditioned for a popular TV show for a lead character role, which I won't name because everybody know who the guy is, which I was happy for him. Was a lead character role on a popular TV show, and I got a callback.
Oh, man.
And the callback was the same time as my callback to go back to the ship. And I had to make a decision. Do I want to gamble on this callback, or do I want to go back to the ship? I went back to the ship, and the guy I was only going against 2 other guys. And one of the guys I knew got it, and I was like, congrats to him. But I was like, dang, what if I made the wrong decision? You know what I mean? I don't want to leave that up to chance anymore. So one day when it got too comfortable, I was like, I'm gonna go back home, start from scratch, but not knowing that the pandemic was coming. So I leave, I come home, I get back into comedy, I start back auditioning, booked the Pepsi commercial, and then the pandemic hits. And then everything shuts down. So now, did I make the right decision? Now, but when the pandemic ended, my position was gone. So it worked out. So it was God. It wasn't just me in my head.
Because I was about to say, all the ships was getting docked anyway during the pandemic.
Nah, they were getting docked in the middle of the ocean. And if my wife, she stayed longer than I did. She did one more contract after I left. If she had to stay one more week, she would have to stay at sea for 6 more months.
That's crazy.
Because they wasn't letting the people come back.
Yeah.
So like literally, and they asked her like, hey, you want to extend? And she was like, what do you think? I like, man, you need to get off that ship. We don't know what's going on with this corona. You might need to come on back to the house. And she thought about it, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to come home. And I promise if she just stayed one more week, she was going to be stuck. Oh, bro. It's gonna be all bad. During the COVID.
God, she had some good advice. Good advice, not being stuck at sea.
Nah, facts. Nah, facts. Those people stuck out there miserable. I seen the little depression post. I was like, ooh, I couldn't imagine. I was depressed here at home.
I think a lot of us were just in the house.
Bro, in the house, bro. Just like, bro, this house is too small for me. I don't care what room I go in. It was just awful.
Yeah, started feeling like solitary confinement.
Bro, it was jail. It was jail at the house.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So I know what's so crazy is you're saying like you're looking at other people doing what they doing outside looking in, and they probably looking at you at the same like, bro, my boy on Disney cruises.
Yeah, man. Life is perspective.
Yeah,
it's perspective. Like I said, the difference between me and I think the average comedian though, I was looking at them with a sense of joy though. Like, dang, that's dope that they're doing that. Dang, it's dope that she's doing that. Dang, it's dope my boy booked that. That was dope. It wasn't like, dang, that ain't me. But it was like, I have some of these same goals that some of these other people have, and I'm not going to accomplish them being at sea.
Right.
So that's where it was with me. I know some guys. Yeah, I know some guys probably watch me like they might smile in my face, but behind my back they might say something different.
I've heard comedians speak in confidence, quote unquote. You know, and I've heard some pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah,
we don't get into it. We know what's going on.
You know, it's very dark. Everything, it ain't never all good, as my boy says. My boy Big Horn. It ain't never all good.
It ain't never all good, but I feel him on that because I mean, like you said, it's like being a point guard. As a host, I think you take that same spirit as a person that wants to see other people shine.
Yeah, man, and not just on stage, man. In life, period, man. You wouldn't believe how many entertainers I've talked to. You know, I did a very extensive counseling. This is my second marriage, so I got divorced at 30, and I just married my now wife at 38.
Okay,
and
hit the hype bell for that.
Yeah, man, and but it sent me in a dark place, man, where I went to counseling, very extensive counseling for about 7 months. And this guy dropped so many gems on me that changed my life forever. Well, shout out to him and God rest his soul. He died of COVID during the pandemic. But you wouldn't believe how many entertainers I've talked to about like marriage advice and relationship advice. Cause they be like, man, they watch me on the podcast. They be like, Rob, you funny, but you really take relationship thoughts serious. I'm like, man, little things can make your relationship great. Little things that people don't want to take the time to do. So it's just free advice. I'm like, this guy blessed me and didn't charge me. So what I like, trying to get monetary gain off of it. So anybody that want to talk to me, man, I'm talking about at least 20 people that have hit me up for like, hey, Rod, this is how I'm feeling. This is where my head is. What do you think about this? This is going on with my partner, blah, 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 blah. I've been like a real coach behind the scenes without even realizing it. It's just like my real thoughts because I learned so much from this guy. I was like going to college, bro.
Yeah.
And I think it's that deep. So I think if I can help somebody in that way, I don't mind either. I'm a point guard with that. Like if I can help steer you in the right direction, I'll do it.
That's what's up. I had to get some Rod Minger marriage tips coming soon. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, whatever you need.
That's what I'm talking about. Go on to drop one gem. What's one of the most important things you learned during that process?
What, divorce?
Not divorce, but like,
Jesus.
you get away. And I was playing.
Get the hell on.
Leave it alone. Nah, don't touch that. Like from that advice that you got, what's one of the things that people may not think of that kind of maybe open your eyes up?
Something I tell a lot of people is always be open to somebody else's perspective.
Okay.
Because it's not what you're saying, it's how it's perceived. That's one thing. And I tell people, I think a lot of our generation now, they don't know how to let people go. Okay. And when I say about that, you won't believe how many people live with their partner, but they're mentally broken up.
Yeah.
Because they feel like, well, at least I got this. I'd be like, you can't heal from a person and move on from a person at the same exact time. We got to get better about cutting people off. Like, people just want to stay like, I mean, she'll do, he'll do. I mean, this is all I know right now. I'm like, nobody's tying you to that person. If you want to get the hell on, but you can't get the hell on and try to work it with them at the same time, because you're going to always stay in a state of confusion. And communicate. Talk about it out loud. Not to your homies, not to your friends, not on your girls trip, not when you're out at the bar with your boys. Talk to your partner, because how are you going to get your partner to understand you better if you only talk to people outside of them and then you come back to them and think something's going to change?
Right.
Talk to them.
That makes so much sense. Let me hit the hype bell for that. This man going for Dr. Phil job.
Come on, man.
Didn't know what was going on today. Now I do. All right, man, let's break it down. Before we get into our Fast Five, let's add, what do you have coming up immediately people need to be on the lookout for? Because I keep seeing like these posts and stuff.
Oh, man.
You doing stuff.
So, yeah, I'm finishing out Funny Main's tour. So the next stop, we got Huntsville Thursday, Mobile Saturday. Then we're down for a week, and then we got I'm hosting a corporate event here Saturday, May 20th.
Cool.
Then 21st we're in LA. Then the 26th we're in Dallas, and the 27th we're in Houston. Okay. And then the last leg of the tour we're in Nashville on June the 4th. Dope. And then I'm shooting a movie for Aspire with Ramona DeBro.
Okay, shout out Ramona.
Yeah, I'm shooting with her at the end of the month. And then I'm doing a big 40th birthday show in August at Uptown Comedy Corner, August 5th.
Dope, man. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. That'd be my last days of my 30s, man. My last days of my 30s.
That's what's up, man. Mine coming up. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So that's it. So that's what's coming up for me, man. I'm finna start dropping way more content, man. So I'm back on the content grind. So
we gonna see the hat again.
The hat's coming back, and some more YouTube content is coming back, man. It's just time to, especially while this writer strike is going on, we just gotta start dropping.
Right.
You gotta figure out a way to do it for yourself until they get back in order.
Right. And it's so good that you multifaceted in that way, because we see that you're doing a lot of auditions. We got the same agent, so you know what I'm saying. We see a lot of stuff come through. When they want a bald-headed black man, we both gonna get
you already know.
Asked to read for it, but but we also see that with this writer strike, how important is it to be able to create your own?
Bro, you can't, because it's already was getting like that before the strike, man. Yeah. Like, you really can't wait to be booked anymore because, man, I hate these asshole statements, man. But it's so much fluff in the way now because social media has made everybody think they're an actor.
Yes.
It made everybody think they're a comedian. Everybody thinks they're funny. And now when you go on auditions where you would, man, I remember going on auditions in the 2010s, and you pretty much knew when you went up for a role, the 10 guys you were going against.
Yeah.
Where now you're going against 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Like, and let's be realistic. What casting director is going to watch every tape?
No. He's
going to watch about 50.
Right. And
he's going to make his selection. So I think it's important now to create what you want to see yourself doing. During the pandemic, I shot a TV show in my living room called We Can't Be Friends. Me and my homegirl Tiffany Cozy, my boy Raheem Holt.
Shout out Raheem.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart stand in.
Oh nope. I thought that until I seen the guy yesterday. I'm show you a video. I don't know Raheem. This dude got you beat. But my boy Raheem Holt was in it, and I literally wrote it, sitting at the table one day during the pandemic, and we shot it, man. We did 5 episodes, and like I remember when I said season finale, man, I got about 100 emails like, no, we want more. But the girl Tiffany's schedule got too busy. But it just showed me right then, like, man, you can create something, and people start watching. Just do it. As long as it's good.
Spielberg. You know
That's it. Be your own Spielberg. You don't have to wait on Spielberg to call you. You can be Spielberg yourself. You can be Spike Lee yourself.
Exactly, man. All right, let's get to this Fast Five. These are the questions. You answer them any way you want to answer them. Some of them fun. Some of them got to make you think a little bit. All right,
I'm ready.
So the first question is, this is really a selfish question because I like to eat. So I see you travel a lot. What's your favorite city to visit and get food in?
Oh man, you know what? I don't. I'm just a foodie, so
Okay.
I don't have a favorite city. I'm the guy when I go to a city I've never been to. I like to ask, if you're a local, what's the place you have to eat at? So that was me when I was on Disney. I went to the country. It's like, what do you have to eat if you live in this country? If I go to a new city, if you're in this city, what do you have to eat at? And I'll go there and I'll try it out. So I don't think I have a favorite. I'm just a foodie. I could have did that TV show Man versus Food. I'm that guy. I'll try
that guy. You try it.
Yeah. If they have a challenge, I'll give it. How much is that burger? 5 pounds. I'll give it a shot. Let's try it. You know, I'm that dude. So yeah,
I'm glad you work out a lot, bro.
Oh, bro, you be shocked how much I eat, bro. Like I be with people. They be like, bro, unbelievable. Like I can put it back, man.
That's what's up.
I can put it back. Oh, it's a burger I get every Thursday at Table 25 right down the street from here, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like this double patty thick burger, and they be like, only 4 people that come through and they eat the whole thing, and I'm 2 of them.
Wow. Talk to me about here in Atlanta. Then, what is a restaurant that somebody asks you that?
Okay.
In Metro Atlanta, what do you tell them?
All right, so I got some secret gems.
Okay.
So my homegirl, Yaz, is a chef.
Okay.
And she manages this restaurant called Be Glad off McDaniel Street.
Okay.
They have the best tacos in the universe.
Why are all the good tacos in places that my car will get
Bro, they got security out here.
Okay, all right.
But let me tell you something. The tacos that she has made me hate everybody's tacos.
Really?
I don't even want tacos from nobody. And bro, I've been all through Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, I done had the mom and pop tacos.
Yeah.
All the little restaurants, they be like, oh, Taco Tuesday. I'm like, nah. I've been to places and have lost my appetite because it's not matching to her tacos.
That's crazy.
Be Glad. If you listen to this, Be Glad, 825 McDaniel Street. Go every Tuesday. They got Taco Tuesday. Get your ass in there, and trust me, I promise you, it's gonna be the best tacos you ever had in your life.
That's crazy, bro. So the best tacos I ever had was in Dallas at Fuel City at the gas station.
I put these against yours.
All right, well, cool. We had to see. They got cows.
It's Tuesday
outside
tonight, so you can go out there tonight if you got time. Go out there tonight.
I'm going tonight.
Go
I
tonight.
got the address
Dog,
now.
Be Glad. Be Glad Lounge.
All right, cool. So third question, Dow. We down to third question. You on tour. You get 4 other comedians to go on tour with you, but y'all are shooting a reality show at the same time. Who is it?
Man. Well, first thing, I want them to be higher up. So let's go. Let's shoot for the stars.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I would like. I would like to be behind the scenes with like Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I like to see how he is behind the scenes. Chris Rock.
Okay.
We got to throw a female comedian in there. Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock. I'm gonna go. Man, that's gonna drive me crazy.
This is a very high power show.
Melissa McCartney.
Okay.
Yes, I would like.
Live Nation is listening right now.
Yes, Melissa McCartney. And who else? The fourth. I mean, come on, man. Kevin Hart.
There we go.
Yeah.
Every arena's already sold out. So
everything's sold out. I'm the lowest person on the totem pole, but
y'all are doing festivals at this point with this lineup.
But look how much knowledge I would get. See, I'm that person, man. I'm like, look how much knowledge and game I would be getting. So I would, being with those 4, that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah, because I think Melissa McCartney got nominated for an Oscar for a comedy movie. That doesn't happen.
It doesn't at all.
So that's genius to me. And then she got a popular TV show. So that was dope.
That's what's up. All right, last question. You at dinner, 5 people, here or not here, who's at the table, and then what are y'all eating? Not them big ass burgers though. What
I'm gonna go. I do not hear first. Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
I would say Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna go The Rock.
Okay.
Oprah.
Second Oprah this week. Tiny said Oprah too.
Yeah, you want Oprah there? See who the hell she talking about?
I mean, because whatever comes up, she's gonna get it funded.
Yeah, and then that's her spirit, man. Oprah, like she just, people say the word manifest, but I feel like Oprah one of the ones like she thinks it and it happens the next day.
Yeah,
and it ain't just because she had money.
Right.
So what I said, The Rock.
You said The Rock, Oprah, and you said Kobe.
Kobe, that's 3. Man, you're killing me.
I'm doing my job.
Jamie Foxx.
There we go.
Okay. Jamie Foxx at the table.
There we go.
And Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's a
my
good
5.
table. I like that.
And then we having steak. And we having the good steaks. Some good steaks, and whatever size everybody want. But that steak got to be perfect.
Best steakhouse in the A. Bonus question. I'm gonna say Frankie's. Frankie's on the north side.
Frankie's on the north side. I've never been over there.
Never been there. You gotta go. They got a big piece of cake too.
See, I don't have a sweet tooth.
I do. That's the problem.
What's the best steak I've had in Atlanta? You know what, man? People be sleeping on Longhorn, but Longhorn be quietly
Longhorn actually is one of my favorite spots.
People be sleeping like it's some kind of low end franchise. Yeah. Longhorn steaks be busting, bro. Like
appetizers be hitting too,
bro. It be good up in there, bro. I might go there. What time? I might eat that a day, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna wrap this up. We love Longhorn. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Rob Minger. Make sure y'all follow him because he's about to start putting out more content.
Yes,
the hat is back.
The hat is back. That's gonna be the tag. The hat is back. Yeah, I like that.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get back into this music tonight, though. I want y'all to tune back in. We have another episode of Blackyard Chickens, Excellent Adventures coming up. All the way from China, the owner of Cool Grubs is going to be coming in via satellite. So if you're into that kind of thing, we got something special for you. It'll be 9 o'clock here, 10 o'clock there tomorrow. So to see how that works. You know what I'm saying? Time travel is real when you're in a different place. Love y'all. See y'all next time. Rob Minger in the building. We appreciate you, bro.
What's up? Bet.